Okay, so yesterday we learned about Aurangzeb, right? In that we saw how Shivaji gave a tough time to Aurangzeb, right? Isn't it? And how Shivaji initially got two victories, then he had to surrender, and then finally, how Shivaji was under house arrest, right? At Aurangzeb at Agra, and then he could manage to escape from there. Then after that we saw about Aurangzeb's latter reign. Okay, that means after the death of Shivaji, what had happened? Aurangzeb focused his attention on kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So Aurangzeb, then we saw that how Aurangzeb was had occupied uh, the Aurangzeb occupied with the Deccan and began fresh efforts to annex the Deccan Sultanate kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda. How he could, until Shivaji was there, he did not focus on these regions. Okay, after the death of the of Shivaji, he annexed these places, that is Bijapur and Golconda. Let's see what happens during the Deccan campaigns. In the year 1687, the two Deccan sultanates of Golconda and Bijapur finally surrendered to the Mughal lordship. Please underline, this is important. So he had his eye on these areas, and finally they surrendered in to the Mughal rule. Okay, which two areas? It was Bijapur and Golconda. Okay, please underline, Bijapur and Golconda finally surrendered to the Mughal lordship. Clear, everyone? Clear
Yes,
till
ma'am.
your children? I think I'm not audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. After sending his son, Muhammad Azam Shah, to capture the fort at Bijapur, it is, okay, Bijapur, Aurangzeb himself stepped in, and by 1686, Bijapur was captured. So who was the son of Aurangzeb?
Muhammad Azam
Mohammed,
Shah.
Yeah. So what did he do? He, after, after when they captured this territory of Bijapur and Golconda, then what did they do? They sent him, they sent his son, he sent his son to capture the fort. Okay. And he himself was also involved in this capturing. All right. In the year 1687, Aurangzeb began the 8 month long siege of Golconda. Aurangzeb successfully entered the impenetrable fort by capturing one of the gates apart from the territorial gain. Aurangzeb received the considerable treasure. Okay, so first initially he captured the fort of Bijapur, and then later on along with his son, and then later on he even captured the Golconda region. And how did he capture the fort? By entering through one of the gates, right? And now when he captured these two regions, what had happened? He through these regions he could get lots of treasures. Okay, so he won the treasures also after winning these regions. Now in the year 1636, Ahmednagar had already become the part of the Mughal Empire. The Marathas, however, constantly proved a challenge to Aurangzeb in the Deccan also. So if you remember, although Shivaji was under house arrest by Aurangzeb, Shivaji escaped from there, and 4 years later on Shivaji again came to power, and he started covering most of the Deccan regions. So here also, if you will see, even although our Aurangzeb could capture Golconda and Bijapur and most part of Ahmednagar, still Shivaji, the Marathas, okay, including Shivaji, gave a tough time. Was very challenging to Aurangzeb. Clear, children?
yes,
Now
Yes,
over
ma'am.
here,
ma'am.
please underline few things which I'll tell you. Aurangzeb himself stepped in and he captured Bijapur. Okay. Then underline, Aurangzeb received considerable treasures after capturing these two places, that is Golconda and Bijapur. Right. And then just note down this, that Ahmednagar, the Marathas constantly proved a challenge for Aurangzeb in the Deccan. So in the Deccan region, the Marathas constantly gave a very tough time to Aurangzeb. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Next. There's a quiz. Would you all like to do the quiz?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, the first one. In which year did Shivaji died? Who tell me?
1680.
1680.
Very good. Let's see. Let's freeze 1680. Very nice. Very good, all of you. Next. Dash fought steadily against the sultans of Bijapur and Golconda and the Marathas till his death.
Aurangzeb.
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 Okay. B. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Very good, children. Now let's see. Aurangzeb was occupied with the Deccan and began fresh efforts to annex the Deccan Sultanate kingdoms of Dash and Dash. This is very
Bijapur and Golconda.
very good. Bijapur and Golconda.
Golconda.
Very nice. So next question. In which year did the two Deccan Sultanates finally surrender to the Mughal overlordship?
1687.
1687.
1687.
Okay, 1 minute. I just want to ask you one more question over here. They are saying two Deccan Sultanates. So which are the two Deccan Sultanates?
Golconda and
Golconda,
Bijapur.
Bijapur.
Very good, very good. Golconda and Bijapur. Okay, so these were the two Deccan Sultanates. Yes. Which year you all told?
1687.
1687.
Very good. Very nice, very nice. Keep it up, everyone. Now the last question. In Dash, Ahmednagar had already become a part of the Mughal Empire.
1636.
Very good, Aisha. Very nice, Aisha. You were the only one who gave the answer. Very good, very good. Very nice, everyone. Keep it up. So, shall we go on to the next content, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here is the estimate. Okay. Now, if you remember, whichever Mughal rulers we studied about, towards the end of the chapter, we also studied about the architecture and their contribution into their territories, right? Isn't it? So now over here also we'll see how Aurangzeb contributed, in his territories during his rule. All right. The historians, that is John F. Richards, opines quite candidly that Aurangzeb's ultimate aim of conversion of non-Muslims to Islam, whenever possible, the emperor gave out robes of honor, cash gifts, and promotions to converts. It quickly became known that conversion was sure way to the emperor's favor. Okay, so here this is just one of the sayings of the historians. Okay, his beliefs. Okay, what did he say? That Aurangzeb had this aim of converting the non-Muslims into Islam, right? And what was the idea behind doing that? And how he would do this by giving out his robes, by giving cash gifts, by promoting the people who are converting, right? But what was the intention behind doing this? Because if the non-Muslims convert to Islam, he will have most of the people favoring the king, right? Yes, and that is definitely going to help his kingdom to expand Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, as an individual, Aurangzeb had great qualities of a leader. He was methodical, disciplined, and had a strong sense of self-knowledge, self-esteem, and self-control. See, this is very important. We had studied about most of the previous rulers also, okay? How they were. One ruler was good in administration, the other ruler was good in architecture. The one ruler had, written his, two rulers had written their autobiographies also. So here also just mark these qualities of Aurangzeb, okay? Such as what? Methodical, disciplined, strong sense of self-knowledge, self-esteem, and self-control. Okay? Naturally, he is expected these qualities from his officers and his courtiers also. That's setting a great example for his subjects. So whatever qualities he had, he expected his subjects, that means his courtiers, to follow that as well, so that they become as an example for the maximum common crowd, okay, in their territories. Clear?
Yes,
Clear,
ma'am.
children? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is Aurangzeb. Now this is important. Okay. Please underline that line also. He expected these qualities from his officers so that they become an example for their subjects. And also underline, yeah, underline, his aim was of conversion of non-Muslims to Islam. Underline that aim was conversion of non-Muslims to Islam. And how he would do that? How he would honor the converted people by giving them robes, cash gifts, and yeah. But then, and what was his idea behind doing that? Because conversion, don't, yeah. Conversion was a sure way to the emperor's favor. Okay, if people get converted, definitely he thought that people will, once getting converted, they will definitely be in favor of the emperor. Underline that. So why he wanted people to convert is only because he wanted to have lots of people, lots of communities favoring him. Clear? Now, this is important. Aurangzeb built Moti Masjid. You will get a question on this particular paragraph. Okay, he built Moti, number one, Moti Masjid. Okay, a small marble mosque within the Red Fort complex. Okay, so where is this Moti Masjid?
In the
Inside
Red
the
Fort
Red Fort.
complex.
Complex. Okay. And second, he erected another mosque in Benares and the biggest mosque of Kashmir. Okay. Second, another mosque in Benares, then one more biggest mosque in Kashmir. Okay. Moti Masjid. So how many? He altogether built three mosques. One at Red Fort, second at
Banaras.
third
Kashmir.
Kashmir. Okay.
Three.
Now, apart from that, he built Bibi Ka Maqbara. Please underline this. So this is all what he contributed, to his territories during his ruling period. Another marble monument and a close replica of Taj Mahal. Underline this, replica of Taj Mahal. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
One Moti Masjid at Red Fort, two, one more mosque at Benares, biggest mosque at yes, third biggest mosque, very good. Fourth, very good, Bibi Ka Maqbara. Fifth,
Taj Mahal means a close replica of Taj Mahal.
not Taj Mahal, the replica of Taj Mahal. Okay, so don't, yes, beta.
Ma'am, the close replica of Taj Mahal is Bibi Ka Maqbara.
Another monument. See, can you see there are two different pictures?
Ma'am, the first one is Taj Mahal, no?
Yes, it is not Taj Mahal. It is the replica of Taj Mahal. Okay, do not confuse yourself. He did not build the Taj Mahal. Who built the Taj Mahal?
Shah Jahan.
Jahan.
Ah, okay. And or what did Aurangzeb build?
Replica of Taj
Replica
Mahal.
of Taj Mahal. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Assessment of Aurangzeb. Now we'll see what is the assessment of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb deliberately reversed the policy of his predecessors toward non-Muslim subjects and put them through religious, social, and legal atrocities. To begin with, he forbade the building new temples and repairing old ones. Next, he issued, okay, now please underline these pointers. Number one, first, what did he do? He forbade the building of new temples and repairing the old ones. Okay, these were the subjects. Second, what did he do? He issued the order to demolish all the schools and the temples of the Hindus and to put down their teaching and religious practices. So this was his second uh, aim, or you can say he deliberately, used these methods to make sure that the other community, that is the Hindu community, is not preaching their own religious practices or not giving their own education. Third, what did he do? He doubled the custom duties on Hindus. Okay. And fourth, what did he do? He abolished them altogether in the case of Muslims. Next, he granted stipends and gifts to the converts from the Hinduism and offered them, no, don't underline this, please. Yeah, underline this part. He granted stipends and gifts and to the converted people, and he offered them posts in public service liberations, okay, from prison if in case of the convicted criminals and succession disputes estates. Okay, so what did he do? First of all, these are all the measures, he took over to make sure that the Hinduism is not being spread. He also prosecuted some Shillets and Sufis who veered from his strict interpretation of Muslim orthodoxy. So, what did he do? See, from the Muslim community, if anybody there's any Sufi, okay, that means the religious leader, if they guided him that he should not be so orthodox, he should not interpret, Islam in such, because Islam never says any such things, right? So if any one of from the Muslim community would raise a voice and try to make him understand not to do this, so what he would do in return to them, he would prosecute them. Clear?
Yes,
Underline
ma'am.
this is also important. He prosecuted the Sufis. Why? Because they would raise a voice against Aurangzeb and ask him not to do, because and it is all called comes under orthodoxy. Okay, Islam. It is because no religion will never ever tell or never preach to hurt the other religion. So then he would prosecute them as well. So what measures did he take, to make sure that most of the people are following Muslim religion? Number one, what did he do?
Ma'am, he forbade the building of new temples and the repairing of old ones.
Very good. And then what did he do second?
He demolished
He demolished
the Hindu school. No, sorry, the schools and the
Mhm.
teachings of Hindu.
Very
Ma'am,
good. And
he
third, what did
doubled the
he do?
customs of duties
Custom
on the
duties.
Hindus.
Custom duties. Custom duties is what? Tax.
Yes.
He doubled the custom duties of the Hindus.
Yes, on Hindus. Okay. On one hand, he was stopping them, and on the other hand, he was encouraging the people who were converting. How?
He granted stipends and gifts to convert from Hinduism and offered them posts in public service.
Right.
Liberation from prison in the case of convicted criminals and the succession of disputed estates.
Right. Clear? And if anybody would, any Sufi would want to guide him, what he did in term, to them.
He
Should
persecuted
persecute
them.
them.
Right, he persecuted them. Okay, next. Many of Aurangzeb's orders were not implemented, largely because his nobles did not support them. Okay, so most of the orders given by him were not implemented. Why? Because they knew that no religion promotes this, right? And they understood that whatever Aurangzeb was ordering was not at all, it is not there in any religion. It is his own personal views, which he is implementing through in a form of a religion. So they did not support him. Okay, now his bigotry strengthened the hand of those who opposed him for the political or other reasons. Just click on the word and let's see what does this mean. Bigotry. Okay, bigotry means intolerance towards those whose opinion differs from one's own. Okay, so anybody, definitely, why, what, people did not like this. They did not accept whatever he was saying, because they also understood that whatever he was saying was wrong. Okay, so that means there's a difference of opinions, okay, of Aurangzeb and the ones who are there with him. So what he would do to them? Let's see. Click on OK. Okay, what he would do to them? Anybody who opposed him, he would, okay, over here, strengthen the hand of those who opposed him and for political and other reasons. Okay, so he would not let these people promote. Okay, he would not let these people, spread the message against him. Additionally, he prolonged the absence of the heartland of the empire, caused great upheaval. Commissioning of Mansabdars, with which the leadership addressed the situation, adversely affected the empire's growth in the areas of revenues. Please underline this. You remember we have studied commissioning, yeah. Do you remember we have studied Mansabdari system? Mansabdar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can one person tell me what was that? Any guess? What was the Mansab? What was the Mansabdari system? What comes in Mansabdari system?
When
Okay.
the king appointed the Mansabdar to
Very
collect
good.
land revenue.
Yes. So now what he did, he commissioned all the Mansabdars. Okay. So that means he started commissioning even the Mansabdars who were appointed by him. Now with which the leadership address this situation. Now definitely they will not like it, right? So that, and they were the ones who were closer to the emperor. So that was the mistake which he did, and which definitely affected the entire Mughal empire's growth, right? In which area? In the area of revenue collection. The Mughal center thus began to collapse under its own weight. So it is not that some other party or somebody from outside weaken the Mughal empire. The Mughal empire started declining from the center because of these flaws, these mistakes, which were done by whom? By the emperor.
Aurangzeb.
Yeah, by the emperor himself, isn't it? Aurangzeb. In 1707, when Aurangzeb died, serious threats from the borders had begun to highlight the problems of the Mughal Empire. So definitely, until he was there, he did not make sure that his empire is strong. During his when he was alive at that time only, this empire started collapsing. It started, the fall of the empire had started. Now after his death, what had happened? The outsiders now started entering it, right? And that exactly made sure that because of this, what had happened, the problems of Mughal empire increased. Clear, everyone? Yes.
Yes,
Shall we do the
ma'am.
quiz? Let's do the quiz. We still have 5 minutes. Okay. dash had qualities of a leader. Who's that?
Aurangzeb.
Aurangzeb.
Okay. Next. Very good, very good. Next, Aurangzeb built the dash.
Bibi
Another
Bibi ka
marble Bibi ka Maqbara.
Maqbara.
Okay, very good, very good. Next, dash deliberately reversed the policies of his predecessors toward non-Muslim subjects and put them through religious, social, and legal atrocities.
Aurangzeb.
Aurangzeb.
Very good. Very nice. That means you all were paying attention. Fourth, dash issued orders to demolish all the schools and temples of the Hindus and to put down their teachings and religious practices.
Aurangzeb.
It's obvious. It was these orders were issued by the emperor himself, and because of these orders, only which it had a great impact on the Mughal Empire. Yes, submit please. Very good. Last, when did Aurangzeb die?
1707.
Very good. Let's freeze that.
Ma'am, he died on
Excellent.
my birthday,
Huh?
20 February.
20th February. Okay. Okay. So I hope you all understood till here, students.
Yes.
Everyone?
Ma'am.
Everyone understood?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So we'll stop here for today.